The movie starts with a well-known lawyer named Lauren Monroe. She's offered $1 million to defend a criminal in court, but Lauren is a person of strong morals, so she says no. She believes in doing what's right, not just making money. Lauren is known as someone who cares more about justice than wealth. Then we meet her younger brother, William Monroe, a politician who dreams of becoming mayor of New York City. We also see their father, Archer Monroe, a very rich businessman, but he's having trouble breathing. Even though he's struggling, Archer manages to get into his car. Sadly, on the way home, he dies. At that moment, Lauren is at a press conference when a reporter tells her the sad news. She's shocked. In the next scene, Lauren, William, their mother Catherine, Lauren's husband Scott, and their daughter Claire attend the funeral. After the funeral, Lauren and William talk. William tells her that their father was proud of her. They also discuss moving their mother closer to where they live. Later, Lauren visits her father's office and remembers how he used to teach her to play chess. He used to say, "Life is like a game of chess." A week later, the family lawyer, Harold, reads Archer's will. Catherine becomes the new CEO of the family company. William gets $20 million, and Lauren gets only $1 million. The remaining $50 million will be donated to the police and medical schools. After the reading, Harold gives Lauren a package her father left for her. Inside, she finds a USB drive and a pair of keys. She plugs the USB into her laptop and watches a video of her father. In the video, he tells her that she must keep a secret forever. He says he's sorry he couldn't tell her in person. After watching the video, Lauren walks into the woods. She finds a hidden door with a lock. Using the key, she opens it and finds stairs leading down to a basement. She gathers her courage and goes inside. There, she finds a man tied up. She checks on him, but the man suddenly moves, scaring her. She runs away in fear and goes home. She tries to call 911, but just then, William shows up. He says he feels bad about the money and wants to share some with her. But Lauren tells him money doesn't matter to her. Later that night, Scott checks on her. She says she's fine but needs some time alone and asks Scott and Claire to leave for a while. Lauren then looks at an old photo of herself and her dad, which reminds her of an argument. Her father once wanted her to defend a rich friend in court, but she refused. She never defends criminals. The next morning, she returns to the bunker with a gun. She finds the man asleep and takes his fingerprints. But when he opens his eyes, she runs away again. Soon after, she comes back wearing a mask and questions him. The man knows everything about her, her birthday, her brother, even how she married against her father's wishes. Shocked, Lauren removes the mask and asks who he is. The man says he feels like a family member after being locked up for so long. He asks her if she's a good person. When she says yes, he asks her to free him. But Lauren thinks he must have done something terrible to be kept down there. The man says he'll explain everything, but only after she brings him steak, potatoes, Caesar salad, Goldwater cigarettes, and a 30-year-old bottle of scotch. Oh, and he also wants to shave. Lauren gets annoyed and threatens to leave him, but he says her conscience won't let her. He's right. So she gives him a razor and leaves. Back home, Lauren sends the fingerprints to her detective friend Emilio and asks him to check the man's identity. Then she buys everything he asked for and returns to the bunker. The man enjoys the food and cries. It's been so long. She gives him a chocolate bar, which makes him emotional. He says her dad used to bring him chocolate once a year, only one piece, and leave the rest on the shelf to tease him. After eating, he says his name is Morgan Warner. Then Morgan tells his story. He met Archer 30 years ago, and they became close friends. They both liked gambling, power, and women. One night after drinking, Archer hit a pedestrian with his car and killed him. Morgan wanted to call the police, but Archer said, "No body, no crime," and buried the person. Morgan didn't agree, so Archer attacked him and locked him in the bunker, afraid Morgan would tell the police. Morgan also says Archer had an affair with a woman named Sophia, someone totally different from Catherine. Archer called her his Gypsy Rose. Lauren doesn't believe Morgan, so he gives her Sophia's address and says to ask Harold. Lauren calls Emilio and asks him to look into Morgan's background. Then she visits Sophia. At Sophia's place, Lauren sees a photo of a boy and asks about him. Sophia says it's her son, Alex, and he's Lauren's half-brother. Shocked, Lauren leaves in tears. She then goes to Harold, angry that he kept this secret. Harold says it was his job to keep it quiet. When Lauren asks what else he's hiding, he says there's nothing more that could hurt her, but he still won't share anything. Later, Lauren visits her mother, who's busy with William's campaign. She asks if she knows Morgan Warner, but Catherine doesn't recognize the name. Just then, William arrives looking stressed. He says he's losing some votes and asks Lauren to speak at his rally since people trust her. That night, Lauren returns to the bunker to ask Morgan more questions. She asks where the dead body is buried. Morgan agrees to show her if she promises to let him go. She agrees. For the first time in years, Morgan steps outside and becomes emotional. Lauren gets a call from Scott, who asks where she is. She just says sorry and hangs up, promising to make it up to him. She drives where Morgan tells her, and he shows her the spot. As she digs, she finds a human skull. Morgan was telling the truth. She hides the skull again, returns Morgan to the bunker, and asks him to wear the collar. Morgan begs her not to. He says she's not like her father. He missed his mother's funeral and just wants to live what little life he has left. He promises to disappear forever. Still, Lauren says sorry and leaves, her eyes full of tears. The next day, she visits William's office and asks for advice, pretending it's for a court case. She asks what to do if someone dangerous knows a lot of secrets. William says he would either dump the person's body in a river or pay someone to make them vanish. This shocks Lauren. She goes back to the bunker with a bag and makes Morgan promise to disappear. He agrees and says he's suffered enough. She tells him to clean up. He's being released tonight. She then goes to Harold and asks him to arrange $1 million and a private jet for someone her father hurt. Harold asks questions, but she doesn't tell him why. Before leaving, Lauren asks Morgan if her father ever said anything about her. He says Archer was proud of her, but didn't like her challenging his friends. Then Morgan drops another bombshell. He says William bribed union leaders. Lauren confronts William, who says bribes are sometimes necessary to get power. He also says their father bribed people to make her a district attorney. Lauren is furious. She slaps William and warns him never to lie to her again. Morgan finally leaves the bunker, carrying a chess piece as a keepsake. He breathes fresh air, feeling free. Lauren takes him to the jet. Harold gives Morgan new ID cards and tells him about the money. They board the plane, and Lauren returns to the bunker. There, she finds a bottle of poison under the bed, but doesn't react. She thinks it's all over. Meanwhile, Emilio finds Morgan's file and sends it to Lauren's house. At home, Catherine opens a package and sees a photo. When Lauren enters, her mother is shocked and asks why she has a photo of Carson. Lauren says that's Morgan, the man her father locked up for years. Catherine is horrified. She says Morgan is a dangerous serial killer. Lauren admits she let him go. Catherine panics and rushes to the airport, but it's too late. Harold and the pilot are already dead. Lauren realizes Morgan is coming after her mother. She races home, but Catherine is gone. She finds the bunker door open and sees Catherine unconscious inside. As she checks on her, Morgan shows up, turns off the lights, and attacks Lauren. He knocks her out and ties her up. When she wakes, he tells her he poisoned Archer. He also reveals what really happened. He drugged and assaulted Catherine. Then Archer came to save her. On the way to the bunker, Morgan distracted Archer, causing the car to hit a pedestrian. Morgan buried the body and planned to blame Archer, but Archer fought back and locked him up. Now, Morgan says he doesn't want deals. He wants the family to suffer just like he did. He threatens to expose all their secrets and ruin them. Catherine wakes up and says she wishes she had killed him earlier. Morgan slaps her. Lauren changes tactics and calls him a pathetic man, which makes him furious. He attacks her again and throws her against the wall. Then, he says something shocking. He is her real father. Catherine manages to grab a gun and shoots Morgan in the head, killing him. The movie ends with Lauren and her mother burning down the bunker, watching the flames rise as they leave the past behind.